What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your man Phil Williams from the Phil Williams Show. Welcome. Man, great day today. Great day for another opportunity to share with you guys. Great day for our country, even though it might not seem like it in a lot of regards. But man, I tell you, just the love of being able to share and the love of the Lord and all these things makes any day a great day for me. What's up, Thomas Smith? How you doing? Amy, it's Phil time. What's up, Stuart Prettle? I hope I'm saying that right. Bill Oppenheimer, how you doing, buddy? Gary Blackman, what's up, Gary? Man, hey, got to come out to the church sometime, man. Please. Cliff Kelly, what's going on? Hey, guys, I planted a seed a couple days ago. I'm going to rebrand this Phil Williams Show, and I'm going to call it, hey, what's up, Joseph Smith? How you doing, Joe? I'm going to call it Philosophy with Phil Williams, because I'm just sharing my little philosophy of how my American experience. Julie Leck, how you doing? Barbara Green. I'm just sharing my philosophy. I'm not trying to be right. I'm not trying to get everybody to agree with me. Red Fincher, what's up, buddy? How you feeling? I'm not trying to get everybody to agree with me. I'm just sharing. And hopefully it can inspire us to think a little bit, or inspire you to want to get closer to the Lord, and inspire you to put government in its proper place. And Markwell, how you doing? Stacey Harrington, how you doing? Loretta Sessions, what's up? That's my man, Loretta, on fire, man, on fire. Becky Walters, how you guys doing? Hey, I can say what's up, Eugene. Hey, man, Eugene Fisher, I ain't seen you in a while. But anyway, let me get to the reason why I wanted to come in today. Like I said, I'm going to change the name of the show to Philosophy with Phil Williams. And I'm just sharing my philosophy on my American experience, my Christian experience. But more so, I would love to share my conservative experience and get you guys on board to want to do some amazing things in America with me, so that we can go out here and get people want to really not just understand conservatism from a talking point standpoint, but a functioning conservative standpoint. I believe that if we can get conservatism functioning in Americans' lives, they will come over to conservatism and they'll want to protect the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the rule of law. They'll want to be proud Americans from the standpoint of not government first, but we the people, not them the government. The government will be put in its proper place so that this American reality, it's no longer an experiment anymore. This American reality will be a reality for other Americans. Yes. Adam Cothron, yes, you're right. We have to change the culture. And I believe that culture will change when we start functioning conservatism in people's lives and communities, when we start functioning Christianity in other people's lives, when we produce consistent, tangible proof of our value system. It's no longer, you can't talk somebody into understanding what freedom is. You have to help them experience it. And that's what Phil Williams is about. And that's what philosophy is about. It's just sharing those things from my point of view, not trying to be right, just trying to be effective as an American, as a conservative, and as a Christian. Now, what brought me here is I was watching the Peter Strzok congressional, whatever you want to call that thing. To me, it was very, very enlightening. You know, because we've been told what Peter Strzok, we've been told what these out of context text messages meant. We've been told all these kind of things. And then the thing is that we've been told by a media that's been telling us stuff that's been contrary to us maintaining our freedom, but believing in these sources, which opens the door for it to be fake news and just mainstream media, hoop, brouhahas, and all this kind of foolishness. So we've been told. So to hear Peter Strzok defending himself was amazing to me. It was amazing to a lot of people. The thing that was amazing was just how coherent his responses was. I thought it was amazing how he was able to put this thing we were told that Trump was the target of this FBI agent. I thought it was amazing to see all the layers below him and above him they had to go through. So because we were led to believe that this dude would just had the hand on the nuclear button, and this dude and his little fling was happening was just the thing that could bring down the presidency. See, I never subscribed to it because Trump won. And I've even put out the idea that possibly Trump was codenamed for Hillary because she's the one that got lambasted by all these text messages. Nothing happened to Trump. He won. So I was always it was interesting that they're fighting this thing and you won. And you keep going back to this thing. But that's not why I'm here. I thought it was also amazing of the knowledge. I mean, when Peter Strzok, I'm sorry, let me go back here. When Peter Strzok put that into the context, because he said, we'll stop him. I thought it was interesting to hear him meaning we'll stop him because he was putting faith in the American people. And I'm not here to be a cheerleader for Peter Strzok or anything. I just thought it was an interesting context from the man that they've been telling us what the context of what he text was. And it made sense. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. It made sense. Because that's what the founders always believed in. Thomas Jefferson always said that no matter what way it's going, the American people will always straighten this thing out. The founders put faith in this experiment that we, the American people, will straighten it out even if we go astray or even if we're led astray. There's just something about being American would just straighten us out. And that's kind of like what I've heard Peter Strzok saying. We won't let it happen because he put faith in the American people. Man, it made this thing amazing. And I could go through a whole bunch of different things that was amazing about it. But I want to talk to you about the thing that was unbelievable. What's unbelievable about this whole Peter Strzok thing and the Congress thing? It wasn't them. It was the responses from us. Our responses to this thing was unbelievable to me. First of all, we can't act so sanctimonious like just because somebody's an FBI agent, they can't have a bias. We're freaking human beings. We all fall short. Just because you're FBI, that don't mean that you forget Jesus. Just because he's an FBI agent, he can't have a thought process that's contrary to the person that you think should be there with your biases. It's unbelievable for people to sound so sanctimonious in their posts like this bias thing is the nail in the coffin to somebody being illegitimate. We all have biases. That's what happens when you learn to read and write and you watch TV and you got your favorite color and you got your favorite food. That's what happens. We're not robots. We're human beings. Bias is baked into our learning experience. And for you to act like just because the orange Mandarin from Iron Man 3, the fake actor guy that's playing tough, but you get him behind closed doors, he's really a panty waist. Yeah, the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. Watch the parallels to that. To me, Donald Trump is the Mandarin. You get your attack dog and you come and blah, 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 blah. And then he talks all that mess and then he's just barking because he's a reality TV show. They hired an actor, but I don't want to go down that road. Why are we acting like biases should be the thing the straw that broke the camel's back? Peter Strzok had a bias. You have a bias in your assessing of the bias of Peter Strzok. What's unbelievable is that you're not seeing the hypocritical nature of the people who are representing the right side of America, and you're not making the connection that Louis Gohmert with his holier than thou, the smirk on your face when you talk to your wife, when he's defending a 3-time smirker. A multiple serial smirker. That's who you're defending while you're pointing out Peter Strzok's smirk and his relationship with his wife. It's rich. You're defending the multiple serial smirker. And this this is the right side of America that represents us. And we get caught in their conversation of biases and finger pointing. This is what's representing the right side of America, people. Trey Gowdy, I'm wondering if his nose will ever protrude out. I want to give him some of mine because mine's too big. I'm looking at this skinny-faced hypocrite giving his little diatribe and everything, defending. I'm telling you, there is something. No, I don't even want to go there. Let me stop. I'm watching Trey Gowdy, one of our representatives of the right side of America, just being so sanctimonious and hypocritical, acting like these are not human beings, trying to drive his point home when he's obviously, his hand and the little nose he has is the byproduct of his nose being caught up Donald Trump's butt, and he couldn't bring it to the meeting. Saying the damn word and all this kind of stuff, like he's just so indignant, and just what Peter Strzok has said is, man, you're caught, dude. That's why they wouldn't let Peter Strzok talk. Because their thing was protective and his thing was reflective. We got a chance to hear the person that we've been told had the keys to screw the election with his biases. This is our representatives, people. So out of all the responses, pro-Trump, against Trump, or whatever, I want to focus on the ones who are against Trump. I want to focus on the ones who are against the hypocrites. I'm singling out, I'm not talking about the ones whose head is so far up Trump's butt, when he farts, they think that they got to chew gum to get their ears to stop being stuffed. I'm not talking about them. They're always going to find a way to justify sin, misogyny. They've already took Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, Jesus Christ so far back on the sideline with these folk. They're not looking at the 3-time marriage, divorce, hypocriticalness. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who do recognize it. This is what makes it unbelievable in the responses. The ones that do recognize it. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? See, they're representing us. They've gotten a position that we put them in, and we've allowed them to vote on how long they get to stay, and they can change the rules if they need to get out. They can do all kinds of stuff. We've given them the power. Now that we recognize that we're being maligned by hypocrites, what are we going to do about it? See, it's bigger than, even though I agree, it's bigger than not wanting to be a Republican. It's bigger than that. See, the thing is this. If Republican is what we have, if it is beyond getting back, and it takes too much work to get it back to what a Republican means, then let's make that decision and then stop talking about it. Let's do something about it. Let's not just keep talking about how I left the Republican Party. I left it too. I'm with you. Let's not get caught up in our responses to this foolishness. Because if we're going to say that we are going to kick all the vermin out of the Republican Party because this is a party that's left, the party, if we're going to kick them out and take it back and things like this, a revolutionary war inside of a party versus a whole nation, so that we can stop participating in the maligning of the Republican Party. If we're going to do that, let's do it. But other than that, let's stop talking about it. Let's stop feeding into the narrative that look at what the Republicans are doing in the House. No, they're not Republicans, people. They're hypocrites. Let's call them what they are. Let's not let the reverse effect of the magical R keep us saying Republican. They're not Republican. We know what Republicans stood for. We knew what the Republican Party started for. We knew what the Republican Party was under Reagan. We are supposed to know what being Republican means. So if these people that have the magical R behind them are not being Republican, we need to stop helping the media malign the definition of Republican. We need to call them what they are. They're hypocrites. We need to say they're not Republican. I don't care what letters in front of their name. That's not Republican. And save the concept of being a Republican. I'm cool with not saying Republican ever again, especially when it comes to the Trey Gowdys and the Gomerts of the world. Acting like a broke version of Sam Kinison. So are you willing to admit you were biased? Because you're seeing your text messages. Say it! 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 A broke version of Sam Kinison up there with their hypocritical butts. If we know what conservatism means, and we know what it is to be conservative, then we need to stop calling them people conservative. We need to stop feeding the mainstream media's narrative of conservatism, and we that know what conservatism is keep saying, well, the conservative House caucus, they're not conservative. They attached a name to get us to buy in. They're not conservative. We need to stop saying that they are. They're hypocrites. Democrats, liberals, socialists in hiding, Ku Klux Klan members, they're everything but Republican. If we know what the definition of Republican is and the meaning of being a Republican or conservative, they're not any of those. That's what makes the responses unbelievable. Because you're helping with the maligning of something we know that is detrimental to this country. What is that? If we're not going to save the Republican Party, then let's stop saying Republican Party. They're not Republican. I don't care what the registration paper says. You judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. They're not bearing Republican fruit. The leaders in the GOP, they're not bearing Republican fruit. So stop calling them Republicans. But if you don't want to do the hard work to get Republican back to what it means, then let's just leave it alone and let's agree. Let's leave it alone. Let Republican go by way of wigs and let's get our gigs together. But we definitely can't give up on conservatism. This whole American thing, the bedrock of America is conservatism. Conservatism was what's developed. It's what's there to stop liberalism. We can never give up on conservatism. No matter what party we come up with. If we save the Republican Party and kick out all the people that are not Republican, or if we start a new party. But we can't give up on conservatism. This is why I'm pushed for functioning conservatism, because that's what's missing. In all your responses in your posts and stuff, I don't see where you're trying to do something about it. Other than seeing that you might get the most likes and shares off of your opinion of it, or something of that nature. That might be the precursors of a groundswell to get a movement going. It's possible. I'm not trying to say that getting likes and shares is like a bad thing. I would like to have more likes and shares. Because to me, it signifies more people that's possibly feeling me when I say we need to function our conservatism. More likes and shares means that it's possible. If I went from 1 like one day to 5 likes, that means it's probably 5 more people that I can get to participate in saving this country with my philosophy. No, I am not for the GOP as it stands. No, I am not for the Republicans as it stands. And I'm definitely not for the rebranding of conservatism by all the people that say that they're Republicans. We don't have to listen to Rush Limbaughs and Shonda Spanks and Shucky Ducky and all the Trumpy Bunch cheerleaders. We don't have to listen to them. But we definitely got to watch our mouths because we're helping feed that beast. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? That's the part that's making the Strzok thing unbelievable. We're watching hypocrites that's supposed to represent Republican values, conservative values, Christian values. We're watching them be utter hypocrites. And then we come back on our post and try to convince butt kissers because they got an R. Try to save Trump because he's a Republican. No, I'm not trying to save Trump. Trump's not a Republican. And Trump's not a conservative. And Trump's not a Christian. But I don't know heaven and hell for him, so I can't say he's going to hell because he's not these things. He's a populist, Democrat, liberal, period. I will always respect and revere the office of the presidency, but it's being occupied by somebody that has no interest in being the president of the United States, other than to protect his orange side. And the so-called Republican conservatives have made a decision that that's what they want to protect. They are not Republicans. They are not conservatives. And if they're Christians, then let's appeal to them to get to the cross and find some Jesus versus this god-awful man up here that's just trying to protect his backside and look like Russia and all that. We can't participate in this foolishness, people. Either we're going to make the decision to make Republican mean what it means by functioning it, or leave it alone and do the heavy lifting and the hard work and the time that it's going to take to build its replacement. They got you hoodwinked into protecting 2018. They got you hoodwinked in protecting 2020. They got you short-sighted. You're not going to protect what I seen with Peter Strzok. You're not going to protect it and get it to win in 2018 because you're not addressing what it is. They're hypocrites that have been functioning as your representative. And they got you protecting a seat versus you seeing yourself at the seat of Jesus Christ at his feet, learning what it's like to help people and be sensitive and be understanding, still holding to your values of the American experiment. What are you going to do about it? The response was unbelievable. The actual hearing was amazing. And now our president is about to go sit in the room with no tape recorders that he said that he likes. Thank God they had tape recorders. See, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Senile. Crazy as a bedbug. But he's about to go sit in a room by himself with no other ears or eyes. And those very same people that are our representatives in a position of power are cool with it, as you see them being functioning hypocrites with somebody who's making some very intelligent points that's contrary to what we was told the point he was making. The reason why they didn't let Peter Strzok talk, because he struck a chord. Because they believed that he was ignorant. Don't forget now, nobody has the knowledge that the FBI has. They were just being told by Sean Hannity and all these kind of people that Peter Strzok is this biased thing. And then we got to hear him for the first time. You remember how your perception of Jared changed once you heard him talk? You said, man, that dude is not going to talk Israel into peace. Look at how he sounds. You see what I'm saying? Once you heard Peter Strzok talk and you seen his inflection and you seen him checking them hypocrites, bam, 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 bam. He struck a note. That's why they wouldn't let him talk anymore. We cannot let this guy talk. But we ran back to our post and said, see. And all I'm just saying is this, what are you going to do about it? The chance we have of saving 2018 comes when we get Jesus. The chance we have of saving 2020 is when we get Jesus. And then realize that through Jesus Christ, we can do all things. That's how we save our country. I'm just trying to be an advocate of functioning your conservatism, functioning your Christianity, functioning accountability. See, you hold them hypocrites that expose themselves through this hearing. They've really been exposing themselves all along, but you've been protecting a seat. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. You've been brainwashed. 90% conservative. No, I'm concerned about the 10, bro. Accountability. We haven't demonstrated that we're willing to hold them accountable. We're willing to hold each other accountable on our Facebook posts. Oh, you stupid duty head. I mean, I'm guilty too. I'm not trying to act like I'm sanctimonious. I don't call people duty heads. I really call them Trump humpers, Trump skin lovers, Trumpy bunch band members, those kind of things. But the point is this. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to be satisfied that we have followers and likes and shares on our post? Or are we going to understand that the heavy lifting that needs to be done is off of Facebook? We can use Facebook to coordinate. We can use social media to coordinate. But what are we going to do to function in people's lives so that they'll want to vote conservative? What are we going to do to raise the people that need to replace these old pervert protectors? Whose name, they traded their name being written in the Lamb's Book of Life for their name being written in Donald Trump's Republican black book that he's blackmailing them with. What are we going to do about it? Because the part that's scaring me on a Friday the 13th is the unbelievable responses. When we're asking our children's education to be protected by those very same hypocrites we witnessed. I'm not talking about the Trump supporter. Because I believe even with the Trump supporter, if you could go function conservatism in their life, I think that might wake them up faster than anything else. Other than that, they're just stuck. But those people, Louis Gohmert, that's who you want to help us kids get off opioids? You're waiting for his vote? He's got the right kind of focus to stop our children being killed by gang violence and being attracted into gang violence and going to prison and becoming liberal and socialist in the educational system and the opioids killing them and they're keeping our babies out of abortion clinic. That guy. That swamp, that mechanism, that's the kind of hearing you're waiting on so that we can make a change in our country. We're going to win liberals over to conservatism off the backs of those people. That's what you're waiting on. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a line out of Strux. We won't let it happen. I'm putting my faith in the American people. Even if it's just 2 or 3 of us on Facebook, I'm putting my faith in the American people to get this thing right. I'm not putting my faith in them dudes. I'm not doing it. And I'm here to talk to the people that disagree with what happened there. And I'm trying to give you an action plan. Phil Williams and functioning conservatism is your guy. Get Jesus Christ, go pray, and only follow me as I follow Christ. But we got a country to save. And the people that's representing us right now, they have no interest in saving our children from opioids, saving our children from gang violence, from bad schools, churches being disintegrated, Me Too's, whatever you want to call it. What it's like to be a Christian, what it's like to be a conservative, them dudes are not our answer. And I'm saying, let's do something about it versus just keyboard warrior this thing to death. Because on Friday the 13th, that's scary. Looking at all them Jasons in that hearing look like they're in Camp Crystal Fake, while it's maligning Republicans and conservatives. Like I said, I'm totally cool with if Republicans don't want to say what Republican means, I understand. Hey, we have history. We had Whigs that turned to Republicans, so if we have to have Republicans turn into Whigs or turn into something different, I'm for that. I'm just saying, let's do something about it. But I understand this. I believe functioning conservatism will build the voter base when we do decide what we're going to do about it. We're losing because we don't have a voter base. Functioning conservatism is the way of creating a voter base that will vote the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the rule of law, that will vote personal responsibility, will vote what we the people can do, not them the government, and keep government in its proper place, protecting our ability to do for ourselves. That's functioning conservatism. That's what needs to create the next voter base. And I believe it can happen at rocket ship speed if you would put some resources behind it. The party thing will take care of itself. Support functioning conservatism. I have it. I'm actually doing it. If you have a problem supporting me for whatever biases you may have, I understand it. I understand it. I'm not against your biases. To be against your biases is for me to be against God. Because God said we all have biases. We get more Jesus in our life, and those biases won't be the leading thing that's leading our actions, leading our perceptions. We get rid of our biases and discernment can kick in. And just judging a tree by the fruit that it bears, looking at the fruit versus the fruit of, listening to the fruit of the lips can help the biases. Everybody's got biases. So if you don't want to help functioning conservatism, the brand that I'm doing, because whatever reason you have, distrust, whatever, fed up, tired, fed up with being tired, broken down, tired, disgusted, can't be trusted, whatever reason you have, it's still not going to change the fact that something needs to be done. And I'm doing something. And I'm just asking for your support. And let me make this very clear. I have support. I have very cool Facebook friends that's feeling where I'm coming from. I know it's going to take time. And so I apologize for if I ever come across like I'm saying that you guys don't support me. I apologize to the deepest apologies. That wasn't my intentions. I know you guys support me. We just need more of it. That's all. 15 donations helped us go to Ware Shoals, South Carolina, and give computer tablets and teddy bears to children whose parents might be liberal affiliated. But we did something for them with a conservative, Robert Vinson, that we did not agree with. But we came together and did something. He was a Trump supporter. That's why I do hold out hope for Trump supporters. Does that mean he stopped supporting Trump? No, but he did support functioning conservatism, and we helped those children. And see, when I seen the energy that 15 of my Facebook followers supporting that and see what it produced, it made me want more than 15. It just made me say that, man, if 15 helped go to that one state, guess what? Another 15 will help us go to another state. I got 4,000 plus followers. How many groups of 15s is that in there? If I can get you guys to support it, we're producing the actual fruit. It's there. I'm not taking your money and squandering it. We're doing it. Because why? I didn't take your money to build it. I built it off of the finances and the resources God blessed me with. Functioning Christianity. And I came to you and said, guess what? As a conservative, we can recognize what's going on in the ghettos or in the poor cities and what's happening with other conservative cities. People, conservatives that's in a city that's liberal, that won't help the children. And we went and did it. And I just want you guys to join those people. so we can go do something, because we're being exposed that the people that you wanting to do something, they're not going to do it. That's what makes it unbelievable and scary. Because you'd rather sit back and talk about what they're not doing or what they should be doing or what they did. And the question I'm asking is, what are you going to do about it? And functioning conservatism, functioning Christianity, and accountability is the answer, in my opinion. And I'm using my philosophy to share that. Hey, a lot of great things happening. There are people out there trying to construct answers to this foolishness. There are. I won't start naming names because I'll forget somebody. But you know who they are. They're part of our mutuals. But we do need to consolidate around something that's actually functioning in our communities while we work out all these different groups. Because this is the deal. If we put time and resources in functioning conservatism, we'll create a voter base that will support whatever we come up with. Because it'll be real. It'll be American. It will be patriotic. It will be conservative. And it will have the undergirdings of God, because it will be done by Christians, knowing we can do all things through Christ Jesus. That means we can even survive a blue wave. We can survive a blue wave. Our God has the ability to part the blue wave so that we can walk right through it and go help some people. We can survive a blue wave. What we can't survive is no action plan to the exposed hypocrites. We can't survive that because it tarnishes who we are as conservatives, as Christians. And even for people that want to hang on to the Republican mantle, those are not Republicans. They're just people that's using you to hide behind the magical R. That's what I wanted to share today. That's what I wanted to share today. Share this video. Share it with your friends. If you'd like to support what I'm doing, go to liljimmydjpoz.jimdo.com. LILJIMMYDJPOZ.jimdo, JIMDO.com. Go there and make a donation. If you like, mail a check or money order. You can make it out to Mustard Seed Faith. That's my church. 501c3. Mustard Seed Faith Ministries. And you can mail it to P.O. Box 3331, Decatur, Georgia 30031. Man, let's do some things to go function our value system in people's lives. Because our value system of conservatism is what's missing in this country. I love you guys so much. Please share this video. Please share this video. Support Philosophy. Pray for it. Support Philosophy. I'm changing it to Philosophy. Philosophy with Phil Williams. Hey, remember this, people. We may have come here on two separate ships, but we're all in the same boat now. And it takes both the black and white keys on the piano to play the Star Spangled Banner. So peace, love, together forever. Don't worry, be happy and feel that energy. And remember, what you are is God's gift to you. What you do with yourself is your gift to God. Only one life will be passed, but only what's done while you're here will last. We were blessed before we had color. So engage your mind and answer one question. Now that the people that were hired to represent the right side of America are exposing themselves as the hypocrites they are, what are you going to do about it? Hey, I love you guys. And like I say, all the responses, I even heard somebody say that Louis Gohmert, man, he did it big because he's from Texas and they do things big in Texas. So that means what? Texas produces big hypocrites? Come on, people. There's certain things we shouldn't be proud of just because it was come from our state. Hey, I'm sorry I had to take that little shot in there. Love you guys. God bless you. Let's do something about it. Let's function conservatism, function Christianity, and function accountability. And let's grow our voter base for whatever party we end up with. Hey, love you guys. God bless you.